What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 800 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Brandon Miller. And if you don't know, the Charlotte Hornets have been playing their best basketball as of late. And I could make a video talking about LaMelo, could talk about Nipple. I could talk about how this Hornets team is the #1 offense in January, the #6 defense in January. But I feel like why not make an individual Brandon Miller video? Because if you don't know, Brandon Miller was the second pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and I feel like he's often overlooked and he's overshadowed. Obviously, a big burden of that class being Victor Wembanyama, and really, Brandon Miller was the second overall pick, and he deserved to be the second overall pick. And with that being said, Brandon Miller has been the second best player this season coming out of that draft. Yes, I know, Amen Thompson, Anthony Black, I'm pretty sure. But when you look at it from a perspective to which how you've played recently and how your team is impacting the game. Obviously, I can say Amen Thompson, but at the same time, Amen has had Kevin Durant. Amen Thompson still can't make a three-pointer. Amen Thompson has to obviously rely on his athleticism to be huge. Even though we know Brandon Miller has the athleticism, he's showing more. He's showing the jump shot. He's showing a little bit more of the handle, which I haven't seen him do years prior. He's showing that he can get to the rim and finish. He's showing the mid-range ability that's always been there. And he's overall been the Hornets' leading scorer throughout this run that they've had in January. Right now, with him in the lineup, they have a positive record. I'm pretty sure they're 16-14 or some shit like that. It's decent, but they're only getting better the more their starting lineup of LaMelo Ball, Nipple, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Moussa Diabate plays. And I should know better than anyone. Like, I watch Hornets games every single time they're on. So really, if you don't watch the Hornets or you're a Hornets fan, you could just notice how much better Brandon Miller has looked in January than he looked prior. And obviously that comes with help, because last season, his second season in the league, he got injured right when he was catching his stride. And when you look at it perspective, this has been the healthiest season for Brandon Miller as of late. Obviously, he's only 3 years in, so it's not really a big of a sample size, but really, the points per game is going to go up. It's bound to go up when he's leading the Hornets in shots right now throughout this January run. And obviously, that's how they want to play basketball. They want Brandon Miller to be the leading scorer. And that's how I feel like if the Charlotte Hornets want to win, Brandon Miller has to be the best scorer on this team. There's no debating about it. We know LaMelo Ball can score the ball, but LaMelo Ball as a playmaker really makes this team better. When Brandon Miller is hitting his shots, it makes them better. And overall, throughout these last couple games, over these last 7 games, Brandon Miller has been averaging 24.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, shooting 53.5% from the field, 44% from the three, and really just being this overall presence that the Charlotte Hornets have needed. And really, if you haven't been noticing, all of the Charlotte Hornets games or their wins recently have been blowouts. Their losses are close games or blowouts. So really, them getting it together is showing that you have to start taking the Hornets seriously. There's no longer a laughing stock, and I feel like that's what Hornets fans obviously wanted for all this time. But I'm looking at it from a perspective to which Giannis is going to be out for a couple weeks. And who's behind the Milwaukee Bucks, you might ask? It's the Charlotte Hornets. And they play the 76ers that were just blown out by basically 50 points against the Charlotte Hornets. So they're going to be looking for revenge. They're going to look to get their win back, basically. And right now, they're 2 games behind They're 2 games ahead of the Charlotte Hornets. Who's ahead of the Atlanta Hawks for the play-in spot? I mean, who's ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks for the play-in spot? I guess you get the point. It's the Atlanta Hawks. They're 23-25. The Bulls are 23-23. So it looks like the Charlotte Hornets actually have a decent chance of making the play-in tournament. And right now, the Charlotte Hornets already have as much wins as they had last season. So it should just show how much of this overall group believes in each other and how good they are. And sticking on Brandon Miller, because I told you the stats, but maybe you don't watch Brandon Miller play basketball. And how would I describe Brandon Miller? Brandon Miller is this athletic talent that is guarding basically the best player on a nightly basis, turned himself into this two-way guy, which obviously the Charlotte Hornets needed, because look at their starting lineup. There's not really a true lockdown, which all starters basically have that get the number one option. They don't have that true guy. So Brandon Miller stepping up and taking on that assignment is huge for his development, and it's huge for the Charlotte Hornets. And obviously him on the offensive side of the ball, when he's on, he's on. Like, it's going to be really hard for you to beat the Charlotte Hornets in a game which Brandon Miller is scoring above 20 points per game, when he's scoring above 25 points, when he's scoring above 30 points. So when you're looking at that, and even when he's not on, you still got LaMelo Ball. Obviously, we know what LaMelo is at this point when he's on. You got Con Kneppel. I just made a video talking about Con, and that I think that he's the rookie of the year right now. So you're looking at a group that obviously believes. I'm still iffy on Miles Bridges. I do think if there's a Miles Bridges trade available for you and it's the best deal for you, you do make the deal. But honestly, I do think you wait till the offseason, you stick it out with the starting lineup, and you probably try to get assets for your bench and try to make this team deeper than what it is, because when they are on, this team is on. And I'm really trying to encourage y'all, if you can't tell, to tune into a little bit of Charlotte Hornets games if you got League Pass, because if you got nothing to do, they're an exciting watch. And like I told y'all, I subject myself to watch that because LaMelo is my favorite player in the league right now. No, I'm not gonna say that because I love Westbrook still, but LaMelo, my young player right now, I would pick right now. But when you're looking at it from a perspective to which you see all of these young talents, Brandon Miller's name has to be an association. There's no way you can leave him off these lists. And really, I feel like he's become sort of underrated. And obviously, we all know playing in Charlotte, you're not going to get marketed as like this generational talent, but I feel like Brandon Miller could possibly be an all-star replacement this season over how he's played in the month of January and stepping up. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel about Brandon Miller down below, and let me know how y'all feel about the Charlotte Hornets down below. Have y'all been tuned in January and seeing what they've been doing recently? But I don't know. I just believe that obviously this team is playing some great basketball. Hopefully it doesn't go downhill, and hopefully they can keep this maintained, because the way they're looking right now, they might be a lock for the playoffs next season. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo, Brandon, Con, whatever. Yeah, subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.